Hello everybody and welcome back to The Sims 4. Last time we, had a kid. And I have absolutely no plans for this one. Seriously, not a clue. The problem is all my goals are basically done. I wanted a bigger house, we got it. Not the biggest, and maybe I could get a little bit bigger later, but it's enough for what I need. I wanted my character to make a decent amount of money, get a wife, have a kid, and he's done all those things. In fact, he even excelled at the wife one so much that he did it twice. And now we are at the episode where I'm really not entirely sure what to do, but I do know I want to see a bit more of their lives. I want to see the kid become, a kid at least, and I want to see Chris and Katrina get old. Although it turned out that last one was actually quite easy. What I didn't know until now is that Chris is a fair bit younger than Katrina, and when she sold off a painting, suddenly, boom, old age. And Chris is nowhere near that. Oops. There's a small part of me that was thinking, right, okay, so wife 3? It is just a game after all. But that would be me. And also, I still like Katrina. Besides, this isn't meant to be a Black Widow or a Henry VIII challenge or something. Though I do like the idea of a Henry VIII challenge series. Anyway, this was just a bit of a surprise, but we still have our goals and we'll keep it up. And firstly, I'm going to start with Richard. The game randomly picked some character outfits for him, and I'm not a fan of all of them, so we changed them for something a lot better. I also gave Katrina's outfit a change, partially because of the aging up thing and partially just because I fancied a change. I also found the costumes, which I'll admit I was kind of tempted to make her a hot dog. I didn't, but it was tempting. I also wasn't really sure what to do with her since she's aged up, as in I didn't know if that was going to change anything in the game, but apparently not. She can do everything she did before, she's just a step closer to, dying. The aging up isn't all bad though, since we learnt that Richard is only a few days off from his next birthday, which will make him a toddler. That will be good news, but honestly at the point of making this video, I was kind of wondering whether or not I would even end up making this video. The simple reason is that nothing's really happening. At this point we're in a routine and that's that. There's not really anything new to show you. It's just going to work as Chris, Katrina looking after the child, and the child doesn't do much. Which is fair, it is a baby. It's not like you expect him to do a ton of different things, but still it's making everything feel quite samey. I'm not really ready to give up on this yet though. I mean, Richard is still just a child. Nothing else, we need to see some more of his life and to see what happens. Speaking of which, it's time for that. It's time to age up our child. We need to say goodbye to baby Richard because he's evolving into toddler Richard. And he can have a new trait, and I decided to go for a charmer. Just like his old dad. And look at him, he's a proper kid now and all that, standing up and everything. They grow up so fast. To celebrate, we decided to have a birthday party, but I kind of miscalculated. So this is not my first playthrough of The Sims 4, but this is the first time I've actually gotten to the point of having a child. I have no idea what they can do at this age, but I saw kids playing here and I thought this would be good for Richard. Turns out those were actual kids, not toddlers. Turns out toddlers can't play. Oops. End up giving up on the birthday party itself, and after feeding Richard, which he can eat normal food now, which is good, we head home. We made some slight adjustments when we get home though, because Richard still had a baby's room and suddenly he's not a baby anymore. He's a toddler. If nothing else, he needs a new bed. Did I buy him just a bed? Of course not. I bought a load of other very unnecessary things as well. But that's what parents do, isn't it? They spoil their child, and I guess we're spoiling Richard. We can certainly afford to. Being a toddler now, Richard actually sleeps through, which is nice. We can also move him around by himself, get him to pick up his own food and all that, which does make life a bit easier for us. We're going to change his clothes though, as before, since again the automatic choices were good, but they weren't quite perfect. I needed to make some adjustments. Also, look at that little suit. I had to go for that. It's kind of nice having a toddler like this. He can basically hang out when his mother does things, and he doesn't need the constant attention he did before. Basically, I'm celebrating the fact that I can ignore my child more. But look, I'm a good parent. I'm painting him. That makes a good parent, doesn't it? I don't know. But you know what does make me a good parent? Realising I can't make my kid chicken nuggets because I don't own a microwave, and then immediately buying one for him. That's a good parent. I also get a few home improvements and so on. Katrina's a big fan of the coffee maker. Do you know what else Katrina's a fan of? Previous marriages. Katrina has 5 other children. And 2 grandchildren. How did I not know about this? How? I hit the button I never even looked at before for her genealogy and discovered that while Richard is my first child, he's her 6th. I knew she was older than my character, but I didn't realise she was that much older. Having discovered that she'd literally never seen her 5 children since marrying me, since, you know, I was too busy not knowing they existed, I decided to invite one of her daughters over. Richard isn't a big fan of his secret sister, but there we go. We go from there to a full-on family reunion with all 5 of her children, and then Chris goes on to promptly flirt with one of her daughters. Wow. Shockingly, Katrina's not a fan of that. I know, shocking. So while her 5 kids are watching ours, we have a hot tub woohoo. And apparently Chris has performance issues. Don't worry, mate, it happens to every man. The next day we take Richard to a park. I'm not really sure why. At this point, I'm kind of just looking for more variety in the things we do. A few little dramas aside, it's starting to feel very samey again. This helped to break that up a bit. This is where I'm going to call it for now, though. So I think the question should be, after what we've been discussing, is what is the future of the series? I honestly don't know. Obviously this episode is a thing, and I do want to do at least one more, but beyond that I do not know. We will have to see. For now, I will simply say thank you for watching. My name has been EvolvedPixel, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon.
Oh, Yibs! Niborf, Yefes Shin Poor, Neeb Koi Boo.